Welcome to the front porch, where we're shooting the breeze podcast style with Savannah's top thinkers and biggest barrier breakers, the quintessentially quirky and the perpetually hip. Hello and welcome to the front porch. My name is B. Ray. We're here at the Creators Foundry talking with some great individuals from Suntrust Bank. I have David Camden and Gabe Thomas. Welcome, David and Gabe.
Thank you, B.
Welcome. So, talk to me about banking and startups and small companies, and you don't really care about those people, do you?
We care a lot about those people.
Good, we do too.
Yeah, and it's a very exciting time to be an entrepreneur right now.
Tell me
why. There's lots of reasons. One is the interest rate environment.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're an entrepreneur and you're thinking about opening a business, and your access to capital is probably one of the most important things you're thinking about. And with the SBA program that we're going to talk about today, access to capital is available for small business and at interest rates that are at historic lows.
So, about access to how much capital initially?
Well, it depends. I mean, small businesses might need as few as $100,000 or $50,000, or they might need $4, $5, $10 million. Depends on the kind of enterprise and what they're trying to accomplish.
And what kinds of rates?
Well, rates right now would range depending on the risk profile of the client, but you're looking anywhere in the 4 to 5-6% range for fixed rate long-term loans, and less than that for lines of credit and short-term loans.
So if you think back over the last 75 years, how often has the interest rate been at about 4%?
Well, about the last 7 or 8 years, it's been, ever since the financial crisis, it's been at historic lows.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in banking now for 30 years, and a good rate when I got into banking was 10%.
Right.
So if you think you can borrow at 4, that's really a remarkably low interest rate environment.
And so have you seen the number of entrepreneurs increase based on this opportunity?
Well, I can't really speak to specific numbers, but we do know the impact that it's having on our economy. And small businesses clearly are a growing portion of our employment base. And when you look at the growth, particularly since the financial crisis, a lot of the growth in employment is coming from the small business sector. As large companies, if you think back over the last few years, large companies have consolidated and cut, and people have gone out and started their own businesses and then employed folks in similar positions. So yeah, I think it's a very significant number, important part of our economy.
And what kind of specific opportunities do you see in Savannah? A certain kind of entrepreneur? What are you seeing?
Well, let Gabe answer that. We've got Gabe is our SBA business development officer and interacts with a lot of local companies here in Savannah. So Gabe,
the opportunities in Savannah, they vary from great logistics opportunities within our ports. We have a tourism industry. It's a two-sided tourism industry downtown, plus on our ocean side over there on Tybee, which also helps. But we also have professionals, we have schools here, we have students, and we also have people that just want to live here and be dependent on their ideas and their creativity. And when you do that, you start a business and you can do something you want to do every day. And Savannah is it's the best place to live in the United States, so why not stay here? And if you start a business, you're in control, so you can decide that you want to stay here.
So the SBA, tell us a little bit about the mission of the SBA and how your relationships works to help small businesses grow.
Myself, I work at Suntrust, and my full-time job is to help borrowers get in and close SBA loans. My mission is to really teach everyone the benefits of SBA lending for all types of borrowers. We have a wide range of uses for them. And anyone that calls me, this is my full-time job, is to teach and to assist borrowers prep their file and close their file.
And what kinds of things are you teaching them?
We're teaching them, what's the best for them? What's the best options for them? If you're going to do a purchase, what's the best program for you? What's the best structure we can get into? Is this the right time to pull the trigger and facilitate this purchase? Because a lot of people, business owners that are renting, they're paying more than rent than they would if they were owning a building. And I can show them, it's fine out what you're paying in rent. Here's what you'd be paying if we close this on an SBA loan, and we could end up saving you money with owning your real estate.
And the only collateral is actually that real estate, so they don't have to come to the table with something in particular.
Yeah, correct. Right? That's right.
So another thing I have to ask if I'm correct on, because I say it every single day, is go get a loan. We talk to hundreds of companies, and I always just tell them, go get an SBA loan, even if it's $2,500, so that you can have the experience of paying it back and building up. Am I right to say that, or is that a silly thing?
If a business needs capital, that's a good option.
Mm-hmm.
And it'd be great to have a contact for someone that understands SBA lending, so that they know what to expect. Even if it's a small request, like you mentioned, that's going to help someone in the future when they have a larger request. They've already been through the drill.
They have a small loan that they can build a relationship upon, they can build some good habits upon.
And you're making contacts through that. From the banker to the attorney to the insurance agent and to everyone else you need to get involved to facilitate that.
That's a lot of people for $2,500.
Well, maybe not $2,500.
Okay.
You're not going to need an attorney and insurance agent. But if you do buy your building,
There you go.
you are going to need that. And that still is something that a business owner is going to need in the future.
I would add also for lower dollar amounts like you're talking about, corporate cards, business cards, purchasing cards, card products can be amazingly helpful. A lot of, for especially small businesses that start up, if they've got a good credit rating, they can easily get a business card that they can then conduct business expenses, travel, all those sort of things can be handled through a card product. And it can be very effective for short-term borrowing. And then as your needs grow, we actually have purchasing card and corporate card programs where there are pretty significant rebates. So as clients use those for normal course of business, there's some nice rebate opportunities. And those are excellent ways to establish credit too, because they're credit facilities.
So what's been the most surprising challenge or just maybe even opportunity that you've faced as you've dealt with SBA loans?
Well, the longer you do it, the more you learn. And I think the challenge that we learn is there's a lot more opportunities out there. I think, there's some conventional ways you can use an SBA loan that benefits a borrower. And there's some ways you can use an SBA loan as a non-conventional way, where you couldn't get a conventional bank loan like that. I think our business acquisition use, but purchasing the goodwill of a business, the cash flow of a business, and being able to finance that and put that over 10 years with very little collateral attached to it, if at all, is something that all entrepreneurs in Savannah, I think, should know about. Because there's a lot of entrepreneurs out there that would like to purchase an existing business, and there's a lot of entrepreneurs out there that one day will want to sell their business. And I think that is something we need to educate our community on more.
Well, David and Gabe, it's just delightful to have you here at the Creators Foundry and for being part of the SBA process and supporting entrepreneurs here in our region. Thank you very much.
Thank you, B.
Thank you very much.